name's Grandad. In this week's vlog, you're going to see us cutting and preparing and sanding and finally painting all the pine cladding. This is going to be fitted from the bathroom through the saloon and dinette and finishing just where the kitchen starts at the stern of the boat. So that black cloud didn't come any closer. Yeah, it's quite, looks like we might be getting some rain. Nice shot of the power station.
Once cut to size, I then give them a couple of coats of white eggshell on the reverse of the boards, just to give them some protection when they're up on the wall.
Do with the word. I need to do that side. Cream on the wood.
Does it like cream?
La 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 la. I'm a bit slowly, but my knees a bit fast.
It doesn't matter how fast you go. It's getting there in the end that counts.
1, 2, 3. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. 34, 35, 36. Look, Mummy.
Excellent. Apparently neither of them stepped on the boards. I'll check their shoes later. Time for the top coat. We've used a bathroom paint in blue, really nice colour. Looks really like denim when you sand it back as well. And we've used that in the bathroom, a bit more of a wipe down. I think all of them are quite good for wiping down, but we've gone for the bathroom one. Now onto the saloon, and we're using a green for under the gunwales. Probably going to use white above the gunwales. This will continue down the saloon into the dinette and stop at the kitchen. The bulkheads between each room will section off each of the colours, so they won't all be sort of running into each other once the bulkheads are up. Make sure that the paint is all going into the tongue grooves, just so when the wood is on the wall you can't see any paint between, any white paint or any of the wood between the two pieces of wood. There's a lot of this to do, so I'll speed it up. This is the last lot to do, and by now I think we were all getting fed up with it. But we take a little break in a bit because it's Prince Philip's funeral today. So we're going to stop, have a cup of tea and sit and watch the funeral.
as you can see, there's some electrics been fitted here. That's the 12 volt. They're going to be from some USB points and cigarette charging points, and the blue is obviously Arctic cable 230 volts. Not going to go into any great detail with this today or on this vlog, because there's loads more to go in. Obviously this is purely and simply just so that we can get this green cladding fitted onto this section of the boat really.
As we threaded the wire through the trunking, we also threaded some fishing wire through as well, just so for at a later date, if we ever need to thread any more wires through, we've got something to use as a guide and to be able to pull that wire through.
I've already first fixed the 230 cable and like a ring main that runs around the boat, so yeah, that's all in place and it's all sort of attached under the gunwale. What we're doing here is we're running the 12 volt cable through a bit of conduit, which is going to feed each power socket for the 12 volts in the saloon. Again, this will all be covered in a later vlog about the electrics. In the saloon we're going to have a mixture of different types of charging points and power points. So there's going to be some as we call them, cigarette sockets, or and then also there's going to be some USB charge points of 12 volts, and also all the 230 volt sockets that we're going to have will be the double or single with USB charge points fitted as well.
We made some spacers, you'll see the blue buttons there, and then we put some washers on them, and they just sort of like stuck in between the gaps to give us an equal gap so the wood has a chance to expand.
This is us just marking out and cutting out ready for the electric boxes to go into the wall, just using a multi-tool on this. Seems to be quite accurate and quite a good cut. This is a bit of a closer look at the USB, the 12 volt sockets that we're using. It's just sourced them on the internet from a 12 volt site. You just take the locking nuts off the back of these and then remove the centres. Obviously this one's a double one, it's got like the cigarette point that there and the USB on the other one. Take the back nut off and then you're just left with the fascia plate. So they're then able to just basically put this fascia plate against the timber or wherever there's going to sit, line it up, and you can then just mark out your circular holes ready to be cut. We've cut out the tongs on these particular boards, so that if ever we need to get the boards off in future to swap the plugs or the sockets, we can do. It makes it a damn sight easier.
Mainly just spinning the boards around so that when you come through from one side it doesn't, all the wood doesn't split. So that if ever there's any problems in the future, we can, with these being fastened from the front, we can just lift that off and then pull these forward, so that if ever we need to swap these USBs in future, it's easy, well not easy, but it's easier to do. We can just pull the whole thing forward, unscrew the back, take the front out and swap the unit if ever
So
there's
we
a problem.
wouldn't have to touch that one even, actually?
No,
because that one would be attached to the others.
yeah, no, that one can stay in, but the groove has to be cut, obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, the tongue has to be cut out so we can get these two out, yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah, that's the principle really.
that'd be
isn't
good.
it?
Much easier.
Yeah, hopefully. Forward thinking.
It's looking good. Done the same with this one. This one comes out. We've screwed it in just for the time being. So now a little bit of tidying up, bit of a hoover, and then we'll get back onto the cladding. Better late than never, we've got a brad nailer, and I carried on putting the boards up. I still got a little bit of bounce back with it, and I found that even with the guard on I was still marking the wood, so I decided to just snap them in and then finish them off with a hammer and a nail punch.